Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Breaking Infinite Trigger Loops in Power Automate, a comprehensive guide. Power Automate, with its ability to automate tasks across various applications, can sometimes fall victim to infinite trigger loops. These loops occur when a flow's trigger condition is constantly being met by the flow's actions, causing the flow to retrigger indefinitely. This can lead to wasted resources, exceeded API limits, and frustration. Understanding how these loops occur and how to prevent and break them is crucial for building robust and efficient automation workflows. This tutorial will delve into the reasons behind infinite trigger loops, various strategies to prevent them, and techniques to break them effectively with code examples and explanations. Understanding the problem, why infinite trigger loops occur. An infinite trigger loop occurs when a flow's actions inadvertently cause the trigger condition to be met again, restarting the flow repeatedly. This creates a cyclical dependency that can quickly exhaust resources and violate API usage limits. Here's a breakdown of common scenarios that lead to infinite loops. 1. Update triggers on the same item *, the most common culprit. Consider a flow triggered by an update to a SharePoint list item. If the flow updates that same item as part of its actions, it immediately triggers itself again. This continues until the flow is manually stopped, resource limits are reached, or the trigger is disabled. 2. Recursive email forwarding or processing *, a flow that processes incoming emails and then forwards a modified version to a distribution list. If the flow doesn't have safeguards, it might inadvertently forward the email back to itself, creating a recursive loop. 3. Synchronization flows with bidirectional updates *, a flow synchronizing data between two systems. If both systems trigger updates on each other based on the other's changes, a bidirectional update loop can arise. 4. Complex conditions with overlapping logic *, a flow with complex trigger conditions that inadvertently cover the updates made by the flow itself. This can be difficult to diagnose without careful analysis of the trigger logic. Preventing infinite trigger loops, proactive strategies. Prevention is always better than cure. Implementing the following strategies during flow development can significantly reduce the risk of creating infinite loops. 1. Careful trigger selection and filtering *. Choose the right trigger *. Consider alternative triggers that might be less prone to looping. For example, instead of triggering on every item modification, trigger on a specific column change. Implement trigger conditions. Filtering use trigger conditions to limit when the flow should run. This is arguably the most important technique. For instance, only run the flow if a specific field hasn't been updated within the flow itself. Explanation Trigger body accesses the body of the trigger event, the SharePoint item that was modified. Editor, email, navigates to the editor property, the person who made the last change, and retrieves their email address. The operator is a safe navigation operator. It prevents the expression from failing if the editor property is null. *your_flow_service_account at example.com, replace this with the email address of the service account used to run the flow or the user account you used to create/modify items for the flow's testing. *= compares the email address of the user who modified the item to the configured email address. *not inverts the result of the equals function. The flow will only trigger if the editor's email address is not equal to the configured email. Usage *. 1. Open your flow in the Power Automate editor. 2. Click on the trigger, example when an item is created or modified. 3. Click on the three dots, ellipsis, in the upper right corner of the trigger. 4. Select Settings. 5. Scroll down to the Trigger Conditions section. 6. Click Add. 7. Paste the JSON expression into the text box. Crucial considerations for trigger conditions asterisk. Asterisk use a dedicated service account asterisk create a service account specifically for running your flow. This makes it easier to filter updates made by the flow. Asterisk choose a reliable property asterisk the editor field is a good starting point, but consider other fields that are less likely to be changed by users outside the flow's actions. For example, a hidden last flow run field might be ideal. Asterisk be careful with complex conditions asterisk while more complex conditions can be useful, they can also be harder to debug. Test thoroughly to ensure they function as expected. Asterisk alternative, check for an update flag asterisk create a boolean, yes/no, field in your data source, example SharePoint list. The flow sets this to yes before updating and then resets it to no at the end. The trigger condition only allows the flow to run when the field is no. This provides a more controlled and deterministic approach. 2. Avoiding circular updates asterisk. Separate read and write operations asterisk avoid reading and writing to the same data source within the same flow run, if possible. Instead, consider using separate flows or queues to handle read and write operations. Careful design for synchronization flows asterisk when synchronizing data between two systems, meticulously plan the synchronization logic. Use flags or timestamps to track which system was the last to update the data, and avoid triggering updates based on the flow's own changes. Consider a last modified by field. 3. Control with run history and monitoring asterisk. Monitor flow runs regularly asterisk regularly check the run history of your flows to identify any potential issues, including excessive runs. Set up alerts asterisk use Power Automate's built-in monitoring features or Azure Monitor to create alerts for flows that run more often than expected. Consider using terminate action asterisk use a terminate action with a succeeded status to prevent redundant flow runs if a certain condition is met. Breaking infinite trigger loops, reactive measures. Even with preventative measures in place, infinite loops can still occur due to unforeseen circumstances or complex interactions. Here's how to break them. 1. Manual intervention, quickest, but temporary. Disable the flow asterisk the fastest way to stop an infinite loop is to disable the flow. This prevents any further triggers from occurring. Go to the Power Automate portal, find the flow, and switch the status to off. This gives you time to diagnose the problem. Interrupt running instances asterisk if the loop has already triggered many instances, you can try to interrupt the running instances. Go to the flow run history and attempt to cancel the running instances. However, this might not be possible if the instances are already too far along in their execution. 2. Conditional logic with run count tracking, more robust. Implement a run counter asterisk this involves creating a variable to track the number of times the flow has run. If the run count exceeds a threshold, the flow will terminate. Asterisk explanation asterisk. Asterisk initialize variable asterisk create a variable named run count and set its initial value to 0. Asterisk increment variable asterisk increase the run count variable by 1 each time the flow runs. Asterisk condition asterisk check if the run count variable exceeds a predefined threshold, example 10. This threshold should be high enough to allow for legitimate multiple runs but low enough to catch infinite loops quickly. Asterisk terminate asterisk if the run count exceeds the threshold, the flow will terminate with a failed or cancelled status. This will stop the flow from running indefinitely. The error message provides context for why the flow was terminated. Asterisk benefits asterisk. Asterisk automatic prevention asterisk this method automatically prevents infinite loops without requiring manual intervention. Asterisk customizable threshold asterisk the threshold can be adjusted based on the expected number of runs. Asterisk clear error message asterisk the terminate action provides a clear error message indicating why the flow was terminated. Asterisk limitations asterisk variable scope asterisk the variable is reset on each flow run. This method prevents infinite loops within a single flow run, but if the flow is continuously triggered by external events, it may still run more often than desired. Asterisk requires modification asterisk you need to modify the flow to implement this strategy. 3. Using a SharePoint list, or similar data source, to track run status, more complex, persistent. This approach involves using a SharePoint list, or another data source like Dataverse or SQL Server, to track the flow's execution state. This allows you to prevent the flow from running if it's already running or has recently completed. Asterisk steps asterisk 1. Create a SharePoint list asterisk create a list named flow status, or something similar, with the following columns. Asterisk flow name, single line of text stores the name of the flow. Asterisk is running, yes/no indicates whether the flow is currently running, yes, or not, no. Asterisk last runtime, date and time stores the date and time when the flow last ran. To modify the flow asterisk add the following steps to your flow. Asterisk get item, to check status. Asterisk get the item from the flow status list where flow name is equal to the name of your flow. Asterisk filter query, flow name EQ your flow name, replace your flow name with your actual flow name. Asterisk condition, check if running. Asterisk condition, at equals, body, get underscore item, value 0, is running, true. Asterisk if yes, flow is already running. Asterisk terminate action, failed with a message like flow is already running. Asterisk if no, flow is not running. Asterisk update item, set is running to yes. Asterisk update the same item retrieved in the get item step. Asterisk set is running to yes. Asterisk your flow actions, perform the actions you want the flow to execute. Asterisk update item, set is running to no and update last runtime. Asterisk update the same item retrieved in the get item step. Asterisk set is running to no. Asterisk set last runtime to at UTC now. Asterisk explanation asterisk. Asterisk get item asterisk retrieves the status record for the flow from the flow status list. The filter query ensures that you only retrieve the record for the specific flow. Asterisk condition asterisk checks the is running field of the retrieved record. If it's true, it means the flow is already running, and the flow terminates to prevent a concurrent run. Asterisk update item, set is running to yes, asterisk if the flow is not already running, this action updates the is running field to yes to indicate that the flow is now running. Asterisk your flow actions asterisk this is where you insert the core logic of your flow. Asterisk update item, set is running to no and update last runtime, asterisk after the flow has completed its actions, this action updates the is running field to no and updates the last runtime field with the current date and time. Asterisk benefits asterisk. Asterisk prevents concurrent runs asterisk ensures that the flow doesn't run multiple times simultaneously. Asterisk persistent state asterisk the flow's execution state is stored persistently in the SharePoint list, allowing you to track its run history and identify potential issues. Asterisk limitations asterisk. Asterisk more complex setup asterisk requires creating and configuring a SharePoint list and modifying the flow to interact with it. Asterisk potential bottleneck asterisk accessing and updating the SharePoint list can introduce a slight performance overhead, especially if the flow runs frequently. Consider using Dataverse or SQL Server for better performance in high-volume scenarios. Asterisk error handling. Asterisk requires careful error handling to ensure that the is running field is always set to no even if the flow fails. Consider adding a try-catch block to handle errors and update the flag in the catch block. Code example, partial. For using the scope action and error handling, for robust cleanup. The scope action allows you to group a set of actions together and apply error handling to the entire group. This is particularly useful for ensuring that resources are cleaned up and flags are reset even if an error occurs within the scope. Asterisk steps. Asterisk 1. Add a scope action. Asterisk enclose the main actions of your flow within a scope action. 2. Configure run after. 4. Update item, cleanup. Place the update item action, setting is running to no, outside the scope, but configure it to run after the scope, regardless of whether the scope succeeded, failed, skipped, or timed out. This ensures that the flag is always reset. To do this, asterisk click the ellipsis on the update item action. Asterisk select configure run after. Asterisk check all the boxes, succeeded, has failed, is skipped, has timed out, for the scope action. Asterisk benefits. Asterisk guaranteed cleanup. Asterisk ensures that resources are cleaned up, example the is running flag is reset, even if an error occurs within the scope. Asterisk improved error handling. Asterisk provides a central place to handle errors for a group of actions. Asterisk simplified flow logic. Asterisk can make the flow logic easier to understand and maintain. 5. Logic apps, more advanced. For very complex or mission-critical scenarios, consider using Azure Logic Apps instead of Power Automate. Logic Apps offers more advanced features for error handling, monitoring, and scalability. Best practices and important considerations. Asterisk thorough testing. Asterisk always test your flows thoroughly, especially those that involve updates or synchronization. Create test data that simulates real-world scenarios. Asterisk logging. Asterisk add logging to your flows to help diagnose issues. Log key events, variable values, and error messages to a data source or a file. Asterisk versioning. Asterisk use Power Automate's versioning feature to track changes to your flows and easily revert to previous versions if necessary. Asterisk documentation. Asterisk document your flows, including the purpose of each action, the trigger conditions, and any error handling logic. Asterisk understand API limits. Asterisk be aware of the API limits for the connectors you're using in your flows. Excessive runs due to infinite loops can quickly exhaust these limits. Asterisk gradual rollout. Asterisk deploy your flows to production gradually, starting with a small group of users or a limited data set. Monitor the flow's performance and behavior closely before rolling it out to a wider audience. Asterisk security considerations. Asterisk when using service accounts, ensure that they have the necessary permissions to access the resources used by the flow, but restrict their permissions to the minimum required. Summary. Asterisk infinite trigger loops can be a significant problem in Power Automate, leading to wasted resources, exceeded API limits, and system instability. By understanding the causes of these loops and implementing preventive measures like trigger conditions and careful design, you can significantly reduce the risk of them occurring. When loops do happen, you can use manual intervention or, more effectively, programmatic solutions using run counters, shared status lists, and robust error handling to break them quickly and efficiently. By following these guidelines and best practices, you can build robust and reliable automation workflows that deliver value without causing unintended consequences. Remember, proactive planning and meticulous testing are essential for preventing infinite loops and ensuring the stability of your Power Automate solutions.